Kilalang fake news peddler at pulveron destabilizer na si Maharlika, kinasuhan na sa Amerika ng tinaguriang one of Asia's most influential fashion designers na si Avel Bacudio. Ito ang matagal nang hinihintay ng Pilipino netizens dahil sa walang habas na pangbabalahura, pangbabastos, kawalan basehang akusasyon, at paninira sa maraming mga Pilipino, unang-una na ang pamilya ng kasalukuyang Pangulo na Ferdinand Romualdez Marcos, 10 ng iba pang mga kawani ng pamahalaan. Panoorin po natin ang press conference ukol dito sa development na ito.
Regarding the defamation case filed against Mr. Abel Bacudio. Now, Mr. Bacudio is the defendant in this case and also introduces herself as Maharlika or Fair Lady Maharlika among numerous other names, and has continuously and incessantly made defamatory remarks against Mr. Abel Bacudio. As such, Mr. Bacudio has engaged attorney Oliver Bacudio Jr. to be the main and lead counsel for this case. Oliver is qualified to practice in the Philippines as well as in New York. He actually obtained his Juris Doctorate degree in Ateneo de Manila University School of Law and ranked third in the 2008 bar examinations. He pursued his master's in intellectual property law at the prestigious New York University, and he is also a resident partner of Gulapa and Maclay LLP based in Manhattan, New York. Accompanying him are associates Gulapa and Lim Law, both honor graduates of the Ateneo de Manila University School of Law, and Joshua Deresco.
Wala ba kayo mga kamay? Thank you, Brian, for that very focus on the introductions. Thank you once again to our friend in the media and our bloggers. Thank you for being present here, because your presence here really is instrumental in helping us disclose the truth. Okay. Three preliminaries first before we begin. First is I'm going to give a very brief background the case and what happened. Second, we will try to accommodate as much as possible all of your questions. But if the question relates to a matter of legal strategy and may affect the outcome of the case, please do bear with us. We may have to decline to answer the question. But please do hold on to your questions, because we will answer those after the trial, if this case goes into trial. And last, I think most of you, this is the first time that we've met each other. Probably because I'm a shy type of guy, not in front of the camera. So that may be the reason. So we're having all of those settled. Let's roll and brace yourself from a shy type of guy. No? So about August of last year, August 2023, there was an outrageous and loathsome defamatory remark published by Miss Claire Eden Contreras, who also introduces herself as Maharlika. These defamatory statements were repeated multiple times on almost monthly or even weekly basis. As time goes by, the attacks against Mr. Abel Bacudio became more rampant. There were various defamatory and outrageous allegations against Mr. Abel. But the three things kept repeating. And these are, first, that Mr. Abel Bacudio allegedly gave a luxury timepiece to no other than Philippine Representative Ferdinand Alexander Araneta Marcos. Second, that Avel allegedly received kickbacks from DPWH projects. And third, that Avel and Avel's family received their Schengen visa through fraud, obtained their Schengen visa through fraud, and which fraud was made through the assistance of Philippine First Lady Marie Luis Araneta Marcos. We categorically deny all of those allegations, and we shall prove in a court of law that those are all false. We filed the case in California before the U.S. District Court for the Central District of California, and we also demanded a jury trial. Partida lahat. Kasi sinasabi nila na kung dito daw lang yung case, this will be a jury trial, and the facts of the case will be determined by citizens of various walks of life, ordinary citizens. Ito natin papakinan. Aside from those three main allegations, there are other outrageous, loathsome
Mga kababayan ko, makakasuhan na sa ibang bansa si Maharlika. Ito na yung inaantay niyo pong sagot. Yan po yan, mga kababayan ko.
However, we shall present a proof during trial. To be the victim, or to be the victim of by saying that someone is engaged in corruption is serious. The desire to rid our society of corruption is universal. So when you are the victim of an allegation, of a false allegation, that you are engaged in corruption, normally, naturally, the society...
Sabi ko sa inyo, may araw din yan, mga kababayan ko.
So ito na ngayong araw na yun. Has been severely damaged. At times, there were threats against the safety of a guy. In character assassination, or if your reputation is ruined, the damage does not end with you alone. We know, long after you're gone, if your reputation is damaged, you will still suffer that. And this suffering transcends generation. Pati yung mga anak nyo, pag nasiraan kayo ng reputasyon, nagsasuffer din. So the categorical attacks here are no question are willful and malicious. And with that, we are now ready to answer your questions. Any questions from our friend in the press?
Please feel free to raise your hand if there are any questions.
Baka yung mga tanong kayo, mga kaambayan na.
Yes, ma'am.
Ano pong kaso ang inyong ipafile?
Na-file na po, hindi lang ipafile. Na-file na po na mga 2 weeks ago. It's an action for defamation in the U.S., which is a very serious offense in the U.S. The U.S. society frowns upon persons who are engaged in defamation because they cherish the value that one's good name should be protected. So, for example, just 2 weeks ago, there was a huge verdict. There is a series of huge verdicts in the U.S. just recently. 2 weeks ago, there was a verdict against Mr. Trump for no less than the former president of the U.S. The jury awarded an award of $83 million, $65 million in punitive damages, and around $18.3 million in actual damages. So if we see this value, we know that the American society is serious, that you cannot just ruin the reputation of someone else. And in this case, it will be the U.S. society which will decide the case. Yes?
Kailan po kaya yung possible na mag-start na yung hearing?
Possible na mag-start yung hearing. We have here, the court already issued a summons. And in that summons, it states within 21 days from receipt of the summons, the defendant must answer. Yes,
in case na magkaroon ng guilty verdict, ano yung magiging penalty nito base sa US law?
In the US law, unlike here not at defamation, right, there's a statutory penalty for imprisonment or fine. In the US, there's no statutory penalty, but the jury will decide what will be the amount of damage. So another huge verdict which happened just last year, the amount was $1.1 billion in the case of against Alex Jones.
Follow-up question. Yung penalty ba is based on the personality of the aggrieved party? Because I know Avel is known as an international fashion designer, right? So
yes, that will be taken into consideration. The amount of damage that was suffered by the victim, of course, will also depend on his stature. Because if you are a high-valued, high-net-worth individual, definitely the value that the damage that you will suffer will also be more.
Pero namin po, dito sa Pilipinas, meron po ba tayong kaso?
As of now, none. There's no case yet, but we will not discount that possibility.
Sa US lang po sa ngayon.
As of now, yes.
Thank you po.
Kasi dun sa US siya kakasuhan dahil sa mga US citizen.
Tatanong ko lang po kung Ano kayo yung duration nito? Na yung para matapos yung kaso, yung trial, tapos para mabigyan na siya ng parusahan?
Yung kaparusahan po, that will depend on the jury. So it will depend on, just like the adage goes, always in the defendant's court. Depende po yun sa moves nila, because they can file an answer, or they can delay and choose to delay that to receive the summons, or in most US cases, these are actually resolved amicably even before the case goes to trial. Maybe 70% of the cases in the US are settled amicably. So it will depend. But assuming that we will go into full jury trial, maybe that will take 3 years. There's another famous case, the Amber Heard case. That's also a defamation case. So that was a trial. Was finished in 2 to 3 years.
What if po hindi siya mag-respond o hindi siya makapag-cooperate dito po sa kaso ng Kinasuhan?
So that's also a possibility that the court will issue a judgment by default. If it's a default, the rules in the US and here in the Philippines are similar. All allegations in the complaint will be deemed admitted. Pareho lang po ang US federal rules and evidence and the Philippine rules of civil procedure and the evidence. If there's no answer, then all allegations of the complaint will be admitted. Now we will go to the determination of monetary award phase. The jury will determine how much will be awarded.
Attorney, question lang po. Di ba si Catherine B, nag-file din po siya ng kaso? Hindi kaya possible din na pwedeng mag-join force sila ni Avel para mas maganda yung kaso?
Joint force, legally speaking, they have different causes of actions, different set of facts. It cannot be included in one case, and we already have the case. If that's what you mean by joint forces, one action, they are the plaintiff open to one action, that won't be legally possible. But when you say joint force, that they share resources, or they share possible evidence, that's really a possibility, and that depends on.
Ano po ang masasabi niyo dito sa pangyayaring ito? Sang-ayon po ba kayo nakasuhan si Maharlika? Ano pong kaparusahan ang gusto ninyo? Lilinawin lang po namin na sa kasong defamation case na inihain laban sa kanya sa Amerika ay isang civil case lamang at walang parusang pagkakakulong, ngunit mataas na multa ang ipinapataw sa mga napatunayang nagkasala dito. Please subscribe, follow, like, share, comment, and please don't skip ads. Thank you.